You're listening to Heroes in the Moment.
What's up, heroes? I'm Michael.
And I'm Nathan.
Today, Black Adam.
Let's get it. But before we start, I just want to say thank y'all for your patience. I just want to give y'all a quick update. I was gone all last week on a mission trip, so obviously me and Michael couldn't record, but we're back in this basement and we're ready.
Facts.
Clear minds, biased opinions at the ready.
For
That kind
sure.
of contradicted itself, but just so y'all know, we're back. So we'll be breaking down everything for you. We'll be doing Obi-Wan 4 and 5 in one episode, and then also Miss Marvel 1 and 2 in one episode.
Yep.
And we'll announce later at the end of the episode when those are coming out.
Yes,
but,
for sure.
Yeah.
And we will bring them to you. We promise.
Facts,
that.
they're coming.
We're
I promise. We're not going to leave
just-
y'all hanging.
We're not going to leave you hanging at all.
We're not. I promise.
All right, so to get into the Black Adam trailer, which I'm super glad that they dropped. They've been teasing it for a while. They've been dropping like little hints and stuff at it. So I'm excited to finally got it. I will say I am a little bit on the fence of this movie. I don't know how you feel. I think this movie could be, it could be very good. I could be surprised, and I'm hyped. I mean, what I've seen from the trailer, the action looks incredible, and the CGI and effects look amazing.
They look amazing.
So I have high hopes. I really do. DC is kind of on a hot streak lately. Mm-hmm. I mean, with the Snyder Cut, followed by the Suicide Squad, followed by the Batman and Peacemaker. So they're kind of on a
all been good projects.
All been good projects. So they're on a little bit of a hot streak. So I'm hoping they continue that hot streak with Black Adam. But of course, I am a little bit nervous too about it. So what do you think, Nathan?
I think worst case scenario, it would be maybe like a lesser form of Man of Steel. Like the action is really cool. Like you said earlier,
Right.
the CGI, the action sequences, dude, it looks crazy. The color scheme, everything looks cool. But I just kind of like worry when it comes down to the plot. And I feel like they might rely on Dwayne Johnson's performance just a tiny too bit because he's not like an amazing actor or anything.
That is one thing I'm nervous
We gotta
about.
execute the story.
Right. I mean, one thing is with The Rock. He I think I really like him, and I think he's perfect for the role. But I'm a little bit worried he's going to be playing more Dwayne Johnson than Black Adam.
Than Black Adam,
like he usually does.
And I think the writers might be aware of that. So I think that's why we'll see a lot of screen time given to the other characters, such as Dr. Fate and Hawkman.
Right. Well,
I hope at least.
I really hope so. I'm a little bit worried that they're going to not have as much screen time as I wish they would.
But I definitely don't wish that, he just gets the majority of it. Because I don't know if it can just, like, stand upon his shoulders like that.
Right, which I love The Rock. I really do. I love Dwayne Johnson. And I feel like he could do a good job in this role. And hopefully they execute it well with the writers and directors. And we'll see what happens with that. But the biggest takeaway, I think, I have to mention right off the gate, because of this trailer, and the biggest thing and the most exciting thing for me personally is seeing Dr. Fate. I think he's going to carry this movie. I don't know about you. What do you think?
I've always loved Dr. Fate, and one of the first times I knew I guess I met him, I guess you could say, I was a little kid playing the Injustice games, and he was in them, and I don't know, I just always liked his moveset, and then that spurred me on to looking him up, reading about him in the comics. Bro, he is such a cool character.
And anybody who says that Doctor Strange is more powerful is wrong, because Dr. Fate is actually more powerful.
Really? More powerful than Strange?
He is more powerful than Doctor Strange. I like Doctor Strange, the character, a little bit better, just because Dr. Fate's all, and all that stuff. But he is more powerful.
He's dope. He has a really cool backstory.
Definitely one of the coolest characters out there.
What's the actor's name? The old James Bond
guy. I know his name, but I can't remember. But he did play James Bond. I know his name.
Which he was great in.
He was.
But man, that's a
good actor.
Perfect cast.
It is a really good
casting.
Which I'm excited because we know, though, the person who is Dr. Fate, though, isn't actually like Dr. Fate because the helmet is Dr. Fate.
Yeah, the helmet is Dr. Fate.
So
in the picture.
I'm excited to see that and to see Dr. Fate finally in live action. And the shot of him, we didn't get a good look at him because it was kind of the Mystic using his powers. But even that part was just awesome.
Yeah, he looked like he had like the mirror kind of thing he was pushing out.
It looks. I'm so excited to see him.
I do hope with his powers, DC makes a conscious effort to kind of stray away from some of the at least powers or things that Strange has pushed out in the past. So I don't know, just kind of make a clear distinction maybe for your not very knowledgeable moviegoers.
Right, for sure. And I think the helmet will be a big distinction once they realize, well, this guy in the helmet, when he puts on the helmets, they're two different characters.
Yeah.
So I think that'll be a distinction, and also the type of powers he uses. So I'm excited for him. He's always been one of the coolest characters in DC, so I'm excited to finally see him in live action in this way, which I never thought he would be in a Black Adam. I always thought he'd get his own solo project for this, so which he deserves one.
Pierce, Pierce. I think that's
Yeah,
it.
Pierce. I think
Boston, something like that.
I can't remember.
I don't know. It just came into my heart talking. Sorry. I could look it up. I'm not gonna.
Yeah, no,
Bro,
no.
I don't know.
Y'all can look it up. Anyway,
Thoughts were wrong.
anyway, but again, like I have to just say that like the action of this trailer was also a big takeaway for me of the visual effects. What do you think of those?
Looked dope. And what especially stood out to me was Black Adam's lightning that was coming forward, on one of the first scenes that we saw him.
Right.
It looks good. It generally looks really good. But like I said, all your good CGI and really cool action sequences doesn't matter if it's not supported by a really good plot and
Right.
good character development.
Right, I agree.
And that's why I worry that DC might go wrong with it.
Yeah, and I can see that for sure. Like I can see the action kind of being like a big point of it, and
Yeah.
then just going for action, and then the writing and plot
Like I
not
said,
being there.
I see Dwayne Johnson just like doing the same facial expressions and like voice for like the entire movie.
I could see that. Yeah, gotta have the smolder. You gotta smolder. But I do think it's really cool. And I did read something about the movie that they use like a different type of visual effects. Like they use more realistic, like actual real visual effects for this stuff. So I'm interested in that and seeing how that'll work. So I'm excited for that aspect. I just really hope that writing can support it.
Yeah.
But we'll see eventually, I guess. And I also really hope that they show his more ruthless anti-hero side.
Yeah.
I don't want another story of this character. Okay, he was a villain, but he's good.
Yeah.
I mean, I
he's
don't want
Morbius,
that.
the
No.
greatest character ever.
It's Morbin time, my guy.
It's Morbin time, making more billion bucks. That's never gonna die.
You don't want to see me when I'm hungry.
You don't want to see when I'm Morbin.
The best movie of all time. Anyway. Don't die, Nathan.
Oh, I'm trying not
But anyway, I really, really hope that they don't do another Venom. They don't do another, Morbius.
They did ruin Venom though.
Yeah.
They made him too much of a good guy.
They made him too
Black
good.
Adam's not a good guy.
No, he's not.
You know?
I mean, he is. He's done good things in the past. He's helped heroes out along the way. But I really, really hope they go into how he's not that good of a guy. Like, he's willing to kill people. Like they say in the trailer, he's like, I'll kill people. Like, it doesn't
I was
bother
like,
me.
yes. All
I
right,
know.
there we go.
I want to
That's
see that. So
realistic.
it better be good that way. I mean, this movie's 15 years in the making. I mean, Dwayne The Rock Johnson was cast as Black Adam way back in 2007.
2007,
So
yeah.
I would really, really hope that they do a good job showing this movie and showing him as to be a ruthless villain and like kind of turn into an anti-hero, but not be so good. And I think that'd be really, really good story. And I really hope they
I
do
know,
that.
because like I said, we haven't seen too much of it. All the anti-hero attempts we've seen recently always tend to favor the good side.
Right.
And I know, like, audience likes seeing that, but why can't we have an anti-hero film where he's, forced with that decision and
Right.
he chooses wrongly? Like, one of the biggest lines in the trailer is like, you have the power, like, to save the world, destroy it. I'm kind of hoping he, like, chooses to destroy it, and then we have to see Fate and the other characters come and try to stop him.
Yeah.
I think that would be a good movie.
I think that'd be different. And I think that what they need to do is something different. Like they play so hard on the anti-hero motif and like the idea of, oh, okay, he's going to choose to save the world. But I would really enjoy to see the idea of him choosing to destroy it.
Yeah.
And then the Justice Society coming in to trying to stop him and actually show that, he may be the protagonist of the movie, but he's also the
It's
antagonist.
bad. Yeah. Like, when's the last time we've seen that in a superhero movie?
Yeah, I don't know if we ever have.
Deadpool is anti-hero, but he always ends
He's
up being
doing the
good,
thing.
just doing bad things.
I mean, the only
so-
thing I can think of is like maybe Joker, but that's different. That was
Yeah.
more of a, like a film, more than like a blockbuster movie. So it's
Yeah.
like, we'll see what, hopefully it's just going to be awesome. And we're like super shocked by the outcome. And that's what I really hope is they play into him more of the bad side.
I hope
of
so.
him.
That'd
I
be
really
cool.
hope. I think it would be really awesome. But aside from that, if he's not the villain, like turning into the antagonist of his own story, I wonder who the villain will be. Who do you think?
Yeah, well, that's what I was wondering because we don't see very many characters in the trailer. We see a couple like hooded, characters alongside of him, but besides Black Adam and the Justice Society, there's no one that screams like big villain
No,
energy.
There's not. So I'm wondering if it's actually going to be Black Adam.
I know, well, that's what I hope. I really hope they pit the society against him.
Unless they say it's like government again, which I don't really want that
I don't
for
want to
this
see,
movie.
yeah, because I don't know. That's just always lame. When you have a character with that amount of power, I want to see him fight a similar amount of power.
Oh, for sure.
Not like a government body.
I would love to see Shazam come in, but like I don't know how they're going to do that.
I haven't heard any rumors. Of
I would love to
casting.
see Black Adam in Shazam 2 though, come in
Shazam 2.
December. That'd be
We
cool.
need like a Shazam versus Black Adam movie.
That'd be awesome.
But they got to build up the characters
They
obviously
do.
a little more. But
Maybe in Shazam 3.
yeah, I hope. But point is, they got to make him the bad guy.
They do. They do, for sure.
I feel like they have to.
I mean, I just want to see him just kill people, man.
I do too.
I mean, I want to see some epic stuff. You know?
It's a bad dude.
So we'll see. But anyway, from the trailer, some of the major takeaways, that was a lot of the takeaways I got from the trailer anyway, just talking about like some of that stuff. But we see, of course, a little bit of his backstory, him getting discovered from, he's, of course, thousands, I guess, years old. He lost his son. Man. All this storyline, pretty cool, interesting. I can't wait to see some of that backstory and see how he does become Black Adam.
He's from
and then,
Egypt,
of course,
right?
He is. He has some of that Egypt storyline, so that's pretty cool. And we'll see how that connects, because we know he does connect to the whole Shazam and powers and that kind of ability.
Yeah.
So I hope they connect that and they actually like mention how the wizard who did this, which is Shazam, is the wizard. So I hope they go into that and talk about that and mention that. Which I think would be really, really
and
cool.
that would just do a good job setting up future projects between the two, establishing that link.
It really could. You could set up a whole universe just between Shazam and Black Adam if they wanted. So,
that would be cool.
Which would be kind of interesting.
I wouldn't
It'd be
mind
different.
that.
So, and those are two really cool characters. So I'm excited, and hopefully we will get that in the future. Next up, we also see the Justice Society for the first time, and we've only seen the Justice Society on like the CW show, and that was back when the CW was good, so that was interesting.
It ain't been good in years.
Nope. So anyway, but they seem cool. We got Dr. Fate, obviously the best one, and obviously the most looking forward to. But I'm also looking forward to seeing this other character, Hawkman, who's actually, a lot of people are like, oh man, this bird guy looks cool. And I'm like, he's a huge DC character. So I'm like, I really hope they don't undermine him.
This
if that
bird
makes sense.
guy. Yeah, dude, he dates way, way back.
Dude, he's a big character in DC Comics.
Yeah.
Like, I would equate him to being like bigger than Falcon is in the Marvel. I would think he's probably a bigger character than Falcon is in Marvel, if that makes sense. He's probably on the level of like Hawkeye, if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
Like he's at that level of a character. So I would really, really like to see more of him. And I hope they don't just like undermine him and then just like kill him off in like 10 minutes.
Dude, that's what I hope doesn't happen. Because, they got how many people in the Justice Society in the trailer?
Four. And then Black Adam seems to be working with them.
I don't know if all four are making it out, too.
Dr. Fate has to.
Dr. Fate has to.
Yeah.
Hopefully Hawkman. But I think if they kill off
the
anybody,
other two are going to die for
it
sure.
has to be Atom Smasher.
Yeah. Atom Smasher, maybe Cyclone. I don't know. Which is cool to see Atom Smasher. Atom Smasher's kind of like, Giant Man, Ant-Man, can grow really tall and like smash things. And then of course Cyclone spins like a tornado and does all that.
I don't know barely anything about Cyclone.
They're two minor characters, Atom Smasher and Cyclone. So
I'm just still really on the fence with the casting decision for Atom Smasher. Noah, what's his name? I've only ever seen him in like Netflix like rom-com, so I don't.
Who knows? He may pull it off really well.
I don't know. We'll see.
I don't think he'll have much screen time, neither him or Cyclone. I don't know about Hawkman either, but I hope Hawkman and Dr. Fate have a little bit more to play than just being in this movie for 5 minutes just to like die or something. Like I don't want that to happen, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
But I also don't really want that Black Adam to like work with them throughout the whole movie.
I know. They shouldn't.
No.
They support two different causes.
Like
so
I can understand him coming back
sense.
and then wanting to get rid of this evil or whatever and wanting revenge for his son and then like working with him for a time. Like that would be interesting, and then going against them because they want him to be held back because he's not afraid to do anything and kill people.
Yeah.
And then they had this huge battle.
Well,
I really hope.
Well, who's responsible for his son's death? Because that was thousands of years ago, wasn't it?
Right.
And surely he knows that. So who's he going to take revenge on if it's been thousands of years?
I assume what's going to happen is when he comes back, he doesn't think it's 1,000 years, so he kills everybody around him, and then everybody tries to be like, okay, this guy needs to be taken out. They send the Justice Society. He ends up being like, I'm actually good. He works with the Justice Society for a while, and then after that, he goes against the Justice Society because he sees a bad guy and he's like, we need to kill these people. We don't need to just take them out. He's like, we don't kill.
Yeah.
And he's like, I do. And then he goes after those people, takes them out. The Justice Society fights him. A lot of them die, goes away. He gets in prison. Next thing you know, he breaks out, and then we'll have Shazam like 3 or something and fights them.
Bro, you literally, that's probably how the movie's going to go.
That's probably going to be the movie.
Come back to this pod when the movie drops. We'll see if Michael's right.
We'll
but that
see.
sounds pretty accurate.
I don't know. I hope, honestly, I'm wrong though. So
I don't know, because I know, well, that's like pretty simplistic too.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Super basic. But I can see that for sure.
What if the movie just starts off like Infinity War did, just with him wiping the floor with the Justice Society?
That'd be kind of disappointing.
They come in like to
Suicide
solve
Squad?
the
Yeah.
threat. And Infinity War, like he starts by killing.
Oh,
Loki.
I see what you mean. I see
and
what
Suicide
you mean.
Squad too. 'Cause
Yeah.
This is a whole
Right.
freaking team.
Right.
But I hope not.
No,
they gotta
really
build
hope
up a future. But
I mean, just the movie starts. He lands in the battlefield, looks all the Justice Society, just kills them all. I'm like, no, this is stupid. I might walk out of the theater. Probably won't, but anyway. I really just hope they don't kill off Dr. Fate, man. If they kill off Dr. Fate,
not.
I'm be so mad.
I just
can't.
don't know. He's an older gentleman, so I just don't know how long he'd be willing to be committed to that role.
But then again, Dr. Fate, when he has the helmet, he has control, so he could do whatever he wants.
It's just a helmet, so they could always get another person.
For sure. Oh, yeah, for sure. So I'm excited for that.
We'll see.
But I do like the idea of, him wanting to kill people, and then also the whole, idea of whether you want to save the world or you could be the one to end it. I think that's a cool plot. And I really do, like you said, I hope he chooses to destroy it. Yeah. I hope he goes bad. I really do.
One thing that surely has to play in it, if he chooses to destroy the world, are we going to see anybody else besides the Justice Society? Are they a legitimate enough threat to stop someone who could destroy the world?
Right.
Or would it just be more realistic if Superman made a return?
If Superman, if Henry Cavill shows up in this movie and they fight, that could be one of the best things I've ever seen.
Listen, with the action sequences we've seen and the CGI, dude, that would be cool.
Epic.
That'd be like his battle in Man of Steel, on steroids.
Oh yeah.
Throwing each other through pyramids.
I will go say I'm not a huge fan of Man of Steel, so I would really love to see a really cool version of this fight, and if they would, and Black Adam does replace Dwayne Johnson does keep saying he's stronger than Superman, he's better than Superman. I would love to see Superman fight, so he could be in at it.
Listen, I don't know. Dwayne Johnson got a lot of sway in Hollywood.
He does. So that'd be dope.
If I was Henry Cavill, I wouldn't say no.
No, I would not say no, and we know he loves to play the character, so
that would be cool.
Who knows? But anyway, again, I'm on the fence this movie. I have hope. I really genuinely hope it's a good movie because I think it could be.
Yeah.
But we'll see. I'm really excited for see this character come to life, and especially Dr. Fate in live action.
Facts. All right, guys. If you enjoyed this episode, let us know by giving us a review and a download. We appreciate all the support y'all been giving us, and we're going to keep on grinding for y'all, so thank y'all. So announcement time, we're going to be releasing Ms. Marvel episodes 1 and 2 on Thursday, and then Obi-Wan episodes 4 and 5 together on Saturday.
Oh.
We're only doing this because, like I said, I missed last week and we got behind a little bit, so we'll put it in. We won't rush it. We'll do a good job breaking it down for y'all. And like I said, thank y'all for listening.
Yes, and we just appreciate y'all so much, and we want to thank y'all for listening. And as always, we love you 3000.